You're not alone if you've ever looked at an early reader chapter book and thought to yourself, my daughter reads, but she could never read this. The type is tiny and there's way too much text on a page. Know that you're not alone and that moms in the mid 1900s never had to deal with this. Today, I want to open your eyes to children's publishing then and now, and to show you how to be a savvy shopper when it comes to buying trade books for your learner. What do I mean by trade books? I mean those mass-produced reading books on the general market. You can find them everywhere, online, in Kmart, Walmart, Target, and bookstores, of course. As far as I'm concerned, when it comes to reading books that are mass-produced, I feel like we've rather lost our way. Not only does this make reading harder for typically developing children, it makes it doubly hard for our readers with delays. We have to know what we're looking for when we shop. I want to yell, "What are they thinking?" when I look at a mass-produced reading book that screams pre-K on the cover, but is written at a third grade level inside. Not to mention publishers who often put black type against a dark illustration. Really? That makes it easy to read? So, to answer your unspoken question, no, there is no quality control over children's publishing. Publisher can put whatever they want on the cover, and they can put whatever they want on the inside. There's no one there from the education department saying, no, 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 you can't do that. These books are great for motivating our kids because they're current and their peers are reading them. And in my book, Whole Child Reading, I explain in detail, if you want to permanently modify those trade books, great, and I show you how to do it. But today, I just want to talk about looking for the right stuff in the first place. Once upon a time, children's book publishers really did seem to know what they were doing. They must have been more informed. The type was larger significantly, and there was less type on a page. The other night, I was watching a film that was set in 1931, and the main character was a 12-year-old who, in order to escape his gruesome reality, frequently throughout the movie dived into his Lone Ranger chapter book. And the director of the movie zeroed in on this book over and over again. And I literally jumped off of the sofa, grabbed my phone, and went and took a screenshot. And I said, that's it, that's it. That's what a chapter book for a 12-year-old should look like. What you see in this screenshot on the left page is the total text for that page. That's it. A learner looking at that page would not be overwhelmed by a mass of black type. The book was about 6 inches high. You can see the child's hand holding the book, so you can see how small it is. Pictures throughout, large type, extra spacing between words and lines, exactly what I preach over and over again. The book was also thick, about 1 inch thick. That accommodated a long story very nicely without having to cram a lot of dense type onto a single page. Now here's another example, which somehow my children's grandma found in a remote bookstore in a remote town in Oklahoma. And the copyright is 1946. Now take a look at this. The book is large, almost 11 inches high, almost a foot high. Take a look at the size of the type, the simplicity of it. It uses a sans serif font, which I also preach constantly about. What's a sans serif font? It's any font without serifs or those little curlicues on the ends. Fonts, for example, like Helvetica, Verdana, and many others. I look at a book like this and think, why in the world did publishers stop doing this? It's so easy on the brain. And let's take a brief look at the Dick and Jane books series. Originally, the font was large and there were extra spaces between every word. On Amazon, you can find, if you look really hard, you can find some of the originals that are larger, but mostly you'll find remakes in which the font size is much smaller. So let's take a look at one of the original pages. The book is 9 inches high. Look at the size of the type and the spaces between the words. Now I'll show you a current remake. Nope, small type, no extra spaces between the words. This change in publishing trends doesn't serve children well, especially our children with delays in reading. So my message to you is this: know what you're looking for and don't settle. If you're buying online, you have to be able to look inside at the interior pages. Look for a layout that's not overwhelming. Look for a large font size and an uncluttered reading page. Put yourself behind your child's eyes when you're deciding on a purchase. Intuitively sense what will overwhelm them and what will not. Because when a child first glances at a page, the door to compliance and interest either opens wide with, yes, I think I can do this, or it slams shut. We can really avoid non-compliance as much as possible if we know what we're looking for and we use our intuition in selecting. So thanks for watching, happy hunting, and I'll see you next time.